And new at 5:30, it's a trend in the wrong direction.
On average, about 9 North Carolinians died every day from an overdose in 2020. That information comes from new data from the state health department.
News 13's Samir Nefsi looks at how our area compares to the statewide overdose epidemic.
The latest data from the state health department shows that in 2020, overdose deaths surged by 40% compared to data from 2019. Now, state officials and local advocates believe the ongoing epidemic was worsened by the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic.
It's really unfortunate to see that increase. That is a sizable increase.
Newly released data from the state health department shows over 3,300 North Carolinians died from drug overdoses in 2020 compared to just over 2,300 in 2019.
Our program alone in the past year, we had over 2,500 individuals report of an overdose. We've distributed over 15,000 naloxone kits in this past year.
Experts believe the significant increase in overdose deaths is a product of an epidemic and pandemic converging.
We were experiencing the pandemic and all the different stresses and the different impacts, not just to the disease itself, but all those other things that we know were equally important.
As COVID kind of forced self-isolation in the very beginning, a lot of folks were left at home, left to their own devices. A lot of mental health played a huge factor in that. People that were already in recovery pretty fairly often returned to use.
Just really tragic to see that increase again. And so we know that certainly, again, we need to work on these multi-sector collaborations across the state, working with our providers and treatment community, working with our community-based organizations.
Raymond Velasquez says in addition to supplying naloxone, WNCAP provides naloxone training for staff members in areas like bars and restaurants where ODs could happen.
Having the staff on hand knowing what to do in that situation could save a life.
Now, more than 70% of overdose deaths involved fentanyl, while provisional numbers for 2021 also indicate an increase in overdose deaths. In Asheville, Samir Nefsi, News 13.
Asheville